Hi there. So today I want to talk to you about strategic considerations and why this is an important element of mapping. So when you go to create your map, it's really tempting to plunge in and just start defining your segment and drawing out all the arms and legs to a multi-channel marketing campaign. But we have this feature here. If you click on the yellow button, it'll pull up a worksheet called strategic considerations. And this is really important. It's a discipline of documenting the why behind your campaigns. And I'm going to give you a couple of examples. If we're creating a map today for new customer acquisition, let's think first about what the objective is and how we're going to articulate that. So in these cards, you can type in all of your answers over our prompts and our questions. What is the purpose of this campaign? The purpose is customer acquisition. And if the campaign is successful, how has that needle been moved? And how can this goal be expressed quantitatively? So what you want to do is think about a way that you can measure results with a number. So let's say in this example, we want to acquire 100 new customers. Spell acquisition right. That is your quantitative goal. So at the end of the day, when you come back and you say, were we successful? You can measure it against what your original objective was. And there are other aspects here. Duration, how long will the campaign run? So is this going to be a 1-month campaign, a 6-month campaign, a 2-year campaign? You want to kind of have an idea of how long this is going to go. So let's say this is going to be a 3-month campaign. And maybe some of the budget considerations are that we want to, we're doing a pilot with minimal funding to determine if a rollout is warranted. Okay, this one we're going to delete for now. And let's come down here to frequency and cadence. So how often are we going to communicate and why? So let's say for this example, we're talking about a treatment that is a daily dose. So we want to communicate with our target audience daily. Daily communication, because the treatment is a daily dose. Are there milestones that should be considered? So let's say in this example, there's a diagnostic test that's going to happen after 30 days, and then a treatment assessment will be made. So the milestone will be a test after 30 days to determine treatment effectiveness and ongoing plan. So that's going to play into your campaign a lot, because the first 30 days you might communicate with your target daily, and then after that there might be a pause and you might do something different. What does your target prefer? Let's say, I don't know at this time, need to assess. Okay, great. Key performance indicators. This is a really important one to fill out when you're doing strategic considerations, and it really should tie back to your objectives. So you're doing customer acquisition, you want to acquire 100 new customers. Your main KPI is going to be number of customers acquired. So your KPI, number of customers acquired. And what are your leading and lagging KPIs? So the difference between a leading and lagging is that lagging is a measurement that you can look back on and know definitively what the number is. So after your campaign runs for a month, you'll be able to look back and see the number of customers that you acquired as a result of the campaign. A leading indicator would be something like a click-through rate, an engagement rate, or something like that, in terms of an element of your campaign. So for this, let's say that we have a coupon and we have a video. So let's call those our leading KPIs that are going to give us an idea of how successful our campaign is going to be would be a click-through rate on the coupon and an engagement rate with the video. What is the single most important KPI? We already answered that. How do your KPIs tie back to your ROI projections? So that's something that you want to think about. Do you have an ROI projection? If you do, then you'll definitely want to have plugged in 100 new customers as something that you're expecting and figure out if that's going to give you at least a 2-to-1 ROI on your investment. So these are examples based on the tiles that we've given you here, and you can also add your own strategic considerations. So let's say we want to come up with a testing strategy. And maybe this is going to be a value proposition test. And we're going to have 2 value propositions, a coupon for $5, and we're going to have a educational video. And we want to see which one is more motivating to your target in acquiring them as new customers. So there are ways of doing random splits and testing different strategies. And in this case, we're identifying that a value proposition would be a good strategy to test. There are many different tests that you can do, channel tests, message tests. We can get into all of that more deeply when you're ready. But I wanted to give you an overview of strategic considerations and how great this worksheet can be as real documentation for the why behind your multi-channel campaign. So happy mapping!